Elizabeth Keyes was born in Westford on July 4th, 1839. Her last name is pronounced Keyes, like eyes, and you may be familiar with the pond that's named after her family here in town. Her family was some of the earliest settlers of this area. She was the youngest of 13 children of Imla and Hannah Fletcher Keyes. She lived in a house at the corner of Main and Tadnook. Sarah entered Westford Academy in 1852. It is assumed that she taught in schools in the surrounding area, though we do not know for sure. Sarah's brother Edward enlisted in the Union Army and fought in New Orleans, Vicksburg, and spent the remainder of the war in Virginia. He died in 1865 of a fever. 2 months later, inspired by his accounts of life in the South, Sarah decided to go to Kinston, North Carolina. She had the support of the American Freedmen's Aid Commission and $300 from the citizens of Westford. There, she taught freedmen and the children of former slaves in a converted shoe factory. Sarah wrote home, "Our number of students increased so rapidly that we now have over 300 students and another 100 in the evening. Some of those who scarcely knew their letters are reading nicely in words of 3 and 4 letters. When I had them spell out the name of our beloved Lincoln, their eyes would sparkle with delight." She and the other teachers faced much opposition. One account states, "There were very few white people who had anything to do with her. She came here and put herself on an equality with Negroes." Sarah often walked through the streets with her students on field trips. One night, townsmen entered her schoolroom, broke up the furniture, and threw out the stove. The Southern planter, whose factory they used, evicted them. It was a tumultuous time, and Sarah was the object of scorn of many of the white residents. Kinston is in Lenoir County, North Carolina, which was one of the counties associated with the beginnings of the Ku Klux Klan. A February 1866 letter from home tells Sarah that a friend, inspired by her, had embarked on a journey to Tennessee to also teach freedmen. The letter further said, "I hope that you will be well through the warm season and be spared to come back to us safely." Sarah persevered through the winter, but in the spring became ill with consumption and died in May of 1866 at the age of 26 years. People in Kinston hated Sarah so much that no one would let her have a cemetery plot in which to be buried. Finally, fearing disease from an unembalmed body, Frank Hartsfield, a county employee, offered his own cemetery plot for her temporary burial. However, Sarah's body remains there today. Westford residents traveled to Kinston, where they found Sarah's headstone and helped with its restoration. We have no photos of Sarah. The doll was made by Lonnie Schreiber.